Hello, how's it going, guys? Thanks for being here. This is The World, Maldini, your channel. I don't want to miss the chance to make a video about the match I commented on Movistar. Plus, today we had champions. You're going to have videos from David Diaz and Juan Rebeles about the champions matches. Yesterday, I was out in Manchester, as you all know. We have several videos about City and Real Madrid, but I've commented on Movistar and I don't want to miss making this video a match for the history books. The match has just ended. Everton 2, Liverpool 2, the Merseyside derby, the Liverpool derby. The last Liverpool derby played at this Goodison Park Stadium. Goodison Park is a legendary stadium in English football that has hosted matches in three different centuries, And today it said goodbye of the Merseyside derby. The last derby was today between Everton and Liverpool at Goodison Park. You already know that Everton is building a new stadium, a stadium much more modern, definitely much more comfortable, but it surely won't have that historical charm. That's impossible, logically, of what Goodison Park was, an emblematic, legendary stadium. Here, this is Tarkowski, who scored the last goal of the Liverpool derbies at Goodison Park in the minute, during stoppage time, in a match that had everything, a 2-2 draw. In the end, logically for Liverpool, it's a disappointment because they had the match won. For Arsenal, it was a joy to see that goal from Tarkowski. And especially, of course, for the Everton fans, I was commenting on the broadcast that fate has left it to an Everton player who just today celebrated his 100th league game for Everton, Tarkowski, who will score the last goal at Goodison in a derby. The thing is, the match was very tough. There was a lot of rough play. It was very hard fought. We're going to discuss many things about the match, but it ended in the worst possible way, and it's a shame. But it ended with this huge brawl, a tremendous brawl, especially between Carty Jones and Doucouré, the midfielder from Everton, because Doucouré, he clearly went to make some pretty ugly gestures at the Liverpool fans who were in that area of the field when the final whistle blew. It was a very tense match. Liverpool practically had it won. I think it was very heated. Carty Jones, because they let the match slip away at the last moment, because it's a derby, because it was the last one at Goodison Park. Doucouré's gesture was ugly. And what happened was even worse. Here you see the images. Darwin Núñez has arrived. There was Lee Yang too. In the end, Ernest Lott was sent off. Carty Jones has also been sent off, even though the match had already ended. But Carty Jones has been sent off. Carty Jones has been shown a red card. And the match ended like a total mess. Many of you will see me outside of Spain, and that term isn't very common. It ended like this, with a huge brawl, with the police separating people, with the Eastwoods involved on the field. Fortunately, things have calmed down. They've calmed down, thankfully, and it didn't escalate further, but it was quite unfortunate. The end of the match, honestly, the end of the match we saw was quite unfortunate. Here you have another image, this photo showing Doucouré with Carty Jones separating Stasley Young from behind also. Alcaraz is the one from Everton as well. Anyway, the match has been incredible. Friends of Mundo, Maldini, let's analyze it in depth. I say that in the Champions matches, you'll have videos that they're going to make. David and Juan Rebeles. But I wanted to analyze this match because I think it's really worth it, because I've mentioned it on Movistar. We have a crazy week coming up with the Champions return matches. Tomorrow I'm going to comment on the match between Real Betis and Ghent. On Movistar Plus as well, of course. These have been the 11 players from both teams. Pickford, in goal we have O'Brien with Tarkowski, Brandwhite and Mikolenko in Everton's defense, Guy and Garner. Ndiaye, who got injured, had to leave the game in tears after a blow he took in an accidental play with McAllister, Doucouré, Lindstrom, and Beto. Doucouré had two clear goal-scoring chances and missed both, really clear chances. One with his head and the other with his right foot. And then in the end, he pulled off that stunt at the end, which I honestly think was quite unnecessary. Also, to be honest, Jones's overacting was exaggerated, perhaps because he was hot of the equalizing goal. But anyway, Alisson in goal, Bradley, Konate, Van Dijk and Robertson. Robertson is a bit off, by the way. Bradley also ended up with a yellow card and a half, as I like to say. A clear yellow card, and then he had a play that could have been a second yellow. Slot changed him quickly because he was on the verge of being sent off. Gravenberch was a bit off today, and McAllister, whose match I liked, scored with a header. He scored with a header. It must be one of the few goals he scored with his head in his career. With Salah, Gakpo, Szoboszlai, and Luis Diaz. And Liverpool playing quite long, looking for Szoboszlai. Salah, I said it during the broadcast, honestly, He hasn't shown up much in the game, but in the end, the little he did show up was to score a goal and provide an assist. So for sure, Salah had a really good match. But it's true that there was little consistent participation, little continuity in the game from Mohamed Salah, Gakpo on the left, and Luis Diaz as the centre forward. Then there were several changes. Darwin Núñez came on. Szoboszlai left, and I wasn't really convinced by him. Szoboszlai's match has been at a tremendous pace, and that hurts Szoboszlai. Liverpool hasn't been able to set the pace they needed. I think it was needed. This is Tarkowski's goal, the historic goal by Tarkowski, which has helped us illustrate this match, to illustrate the thumbnail. Well, I haven't mentioned it, but you probably know the match was supposed to be played in December, but it was postponed due to a tremendous storm, and it was played today. And the fact that it was postponed was good, because today it was known to be the last derby at Goodison Park. If it had been played in December, it wouldn't have been known, because there could have been a cup match between them. But since both are already eliminated, just one being out would have been enough. But both Liverpool and Everton are out of the cup, so it was already 100% certain that it was going to be the last derby, and that's how it turned out at Goodison Park. A match with a lot of pace. At the beginning, it was a pretty scrappy match, a match where Liverpool wasn't able to. At practically no point were they able to set the pace they needed. McAllister has shown up little, but you'll see that when he did, it was to score the goal. And Everton in that kind of match was quite comfortable. Liverpool, playing a lot of long balls, was looking for Szoboszlai, which is why he showed up little. Mohamed Salah, that's why he showed up little. Luis Diaz and Everton, comfortable with this kind of match. Salah scored the 2-1, by the way, the 1-2 for Liverpool, after providing the assist to Alexis McAllister. And the goal is a very serious mistake by Liverpool's defence. The first goal for Everton, Beto scores it in a very serious mistake, in a quick play. Beto comes in through the centre, practically alone to score that goal. It's a good move by the player who's coming into the team, because he's injured. Calvert-Lewin is injured. Broja, both of them. Otherwise, Beto wouldn't be playing, obviously, since he has played very little. Other than that, here we have Mohamed Salah after celebrating his goal. Other than that, it was a weak match for Gravenberch from Liverpool. McAllister had a regular match. And I think in the end, it was really hard for Liverpool, I insist, to use the pace they needed. Liverpool had little trouble finding the pace they needed. It was really hard for them, to play at the pace they needed. Here we have McAllister after scoring with a header from that ball he flicked on, Alexis McAllister. And already in the second half, there was a moment when Everton was really tired, physically, with so much wear and tear. With so much wear and tear and so much toughness that there was in the match. By the way, they played to the limit. Here, no one has pulled back. No one has held back. Both have played to the limit. We shouldn't blame either of them. It was a match that I thought would be difficult to finish with 11 against 11. It ended 11 against 11 because Carty Jones's red card came after the match was over. So the match ended 11 against 11. And I was saying in the second half, it's true that Liverpool's pace dropped. Around the 30th minute of the second half, Liverpool managed to slow down the pace. They have started to dominate and have been able to combine, and the second goal has come. Liverpool had the match won. Honestly, Liverpool had the match won, and they had it won for me unfairly, because the result, and I said it during the broadcast, the result for me, a draw would have been fairer. In the end, Tarkowski showed up to score the equalizer at 2. Liverpool stays 7 points ahead of Arsenal. There are many, obviously. This is Salah's goal, by the way. That's a lot of points ahead. But at least Arsenal have a thread of hope of being able to catch up with Liverpool, or at least of being able to make things a little more difficult for Liverpool. At the top of the table, in the end, a shocking finish, a 2-2 draw in a match for the history books, a historic match. And that goal by Tarkowski makes history because the last goal at Goodison in a Merseyside derby was scored by an Everton player with that last-minute goal. A 2-2 draw. And for me, friends of Mundo Maldini, the league is practically decided. They would have been 9 points ahead if Tarkowski hadn't scored. But the truth is that it's practically not there. We'll keep following it. The Premier League, just like the Champions League, of course, the Spanish League would be. We'll keep following everything here on your channel. A hug. Bye.